Good morning. Welcome to Sew Like a Pro. Today I want to demonstrate. I have a sheer fabric and I want to make a skirt out of it, so I want to build the weight of it up, and I don't want it to be sheer. I know it's new sheer fabrics, you know, they wear them, but I don't roll like that, and maybe you don't either, I don't know. So anyway, I want to take, this is a knit, it stretches, a mesh, it stretches a little bit, and so my underlining, that's what I'm going to create as the underlining, it stretches a little bit also. So you want to keep the fabrics the same, and when I try and cut both of them at the same time, so all the little idiosyncrasies that you have, they'll be the same. So I want to stitch these together at 1/4 of an inch, and I want to make sure my tension is right, that I am not creating any puckers, that is laying nice and flat. You want to keep the two edges lined up together and stitch them together a little less than your seam allowance that you're going to use when you sew them together. So I cut these, they were different widths, so I had to cut them separately. And just want to keep matching them up and lining them up, stitch them together, whatever width you like. I'm going to do this like at 1/4. And I just want to keep matching them up at the edge and stitching them together. Of course I'm going to run out of bobbin thread now. Should have checked that before. So let's change the thread. Did it run out? Yep. So if you like, after you create this, you're creating a new fabric. You can take and make a lining to go in it, so the lining hangs separate from the garment itself. Or you can let this act as a lining, because this still is going to be sheer when it's finished, but it's not as sheer. So really, you're creating your fabric, you're building up the weight of your fabric. So we want to continue to stitch this. Go back and trim all your little extra threads off right away, because sometimes the thread match perfect and you can't see it, and you walk around with threads hanging off and stuff, you know, a little tacky. So I want to keep lining them up together, stitching them together. I want to go check my end and make sure that they lining up okay, that when I get to that point, I'm going to still be okay. Take your time. This fabric is just working out really good. So sometimes you might have to take and pin the whole piece together. Lay it out flat, pin it all together, because one moves more than the other. They don't react the same way. But this fabric is laying really nice on top of the secondary fabric. So I'm really not having a difficult time joining these two together. So I want to be able to check my piece while I'm stitching it to make sure it's laying nice and flat. Like that little difference, you can go back and trim that little bit away. Look at that. You want to just check it. I'm just giving it a slight little tug and making sure everything is laying out nice and flat, and it's looking and it's working out really nice. So it's no puckers or bubbles in it when you go and join them together. So now I have this one finished. I did the one already. So now I'm going to take and put these two together, because now I created my one side of my skirt, and here's the other side. I want to line them up together and sew them together, whatever my seam allowance is. Match them up. Line them up. You can do whatever kind of finish you want on yours. I'm going to serge these two together because I'm not making a lining. And when I get finished, look, I can press the seams open, whatever I like. But look at that. They lay perfectly and beautifully together. So if you have sheer fabric and you want to build the weight up, you don't want it to be sheer, find a fabric comparable to the same weight. If it's a woven, use a woven. If it's a knit, use a knit. Stitch them together first. Make sure that they lay nice and flat. You don't have no problems with it later. And sew like a pro. God bless your sewing projects.